Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you for being here. I'm super excited. My name is Halia. I'm going to be your host today. I am a Gold and IATAN leader with Archer and Evo, and we're going to dive into creating a Facebook group. Okay, so we're really going to get into how to utilize a Facebook group to grow your business. We're going to go over the settings you should have in place, what to post, how to grow it, and different algorithm tips. So let's get into it. Oh, I skipped one. Like I said, we're going to go over why create a Facebook group first, right? Because it's important for us to understand the meaning behind it, like why a group versus a page, right? And then we're going to go over how to set it up, what to post, how to grow it, and algorithm tips. And we're going to toggle between the slides and my Facebook group so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So, why create a Facebook group? There are so many different ways to market, right? So, why specifically a group? Well, Facebook groups are an amazing way to foster a sense of community rather than building an audience like a page, right? With a page, you're just kind of building an audience and people are able to like and interact with your posts, but it's not really fostering community within each other. The group really helps foster community with like-minded people. People want to feel like they're a part of something. And when you have that group, they feel like they're a part of something, right? They're a part of that group, that community, and they get to interact with each other. They get to interact with you. And it really just strengthens that loyalty to you as the travel agent, right? So this also helps promote engaging with information rather than just consuming. Like when you're on a page, like I said, you can comment, but in a group, you can really engage with that information more. There's different ways to engage with it. So it gives you a lot more community mindset and a lot more relationship and trust building. It's allowing people a space to connect, learn, and share with others who have similar interests rather than just taking in information. So let's get into how to set it up, okay? So the first thing you need to look at before you set up your client, or before you set up your group is who is your aligned client, right? What do you sell? What type of travel do you book? And how do you serve them? So you really want to take some time to figure out who your aligned client is. And I actually have this thing that I did on ChatGPT when I was first starting my group. And I had ChatGPT help me figure out who my aligned client was and then how to market to them. So I'm going to share this with you guys as well. Um, that way you guys can look through this and you guys can do it for yourselves, for your own clients. And you can use this kind of as like a guide. So I knew that I wanted to focus on Disneyland vacations. And if you know me, we know this is very obvious, right? I love Disneyland. I have been going since I was a baby, really, and I've literally gone my entire life. And I know Disneyland like the back of my hand, but it also just brings me a lot of joy going there, booking there, and seeing other people experience it as well. So I knew that I really wanted to niche down with Disneyland. And I knew that I wanted to help people really maximize their time and not go to Disneyland feeling stressed because a lot of people, there's so much information about it. There's so many different things, right? And then if they're going to Disney, if they've been to Disney World, it's a completely different experience than at Disneyland and vice versa, right? So I knew I wanted to take that away. And I knew I wanted people to feel like they could splurge on something, right? Without really having to always do all of the extra, most expensive things. So I kind of had an idea of what I wanted. And I used ChatGPT to help me really figure out who exactly it is that I'm talking to, right? So I gave it a little bit of information. It helped me figure out who exactly I'm talking to and who I need to be marketing to, right? So my aligned client seems to be families, couples, and individuals who deeply value personalized experiences over convenience and inconvenience over budget, right? So these were people who were looking for a certain type of experience and not looking to save the most money or not looking to do it the cheapest way, right? These people are often busy professionals, parents, or those who appreciate expertise and stress-free planning vacations. And then it gave me a breakdown of what could define my ideal client, right? So it gave me examples of them, it told me what they like, and then I had it help me create a Facebook name, right? Or a group name, because in order for our groups to be searchable, we want to make sure that they're named correctly. So I had it create a ton of group names, and then I kind of mixed a couple together. So when you're creating your name, you want it to have key SEO, right? That people are going to be typing in. If you don't know what this is, do your own search, right? Go onto Facebook and I'll show you how. Go onto Facebook and type in, let's say you really like cruises, right? Type in cruise, right? You want to have it say something of travel or vacation, okay? Those two words are absolutely must, right? Type in cruise vacations. See the different things that pop up, right? Those are key SEOs or search engine optimization words in order to put into your name in order to help your visibility be higher than if you were just like travel with Halia or something like that, right? So I had it help me create the name. I had it edit it for a little bit. And then what I did was I had it help me create a description. So we're going to go back to setting it up first, and then we'll go back into that. So when you are setting up your group, again, you want to name it, you want to describe it, and then you're going to grow it. Those are the 3 steps, right? So after you've figured out who your aligned client is, after you've figured out what you sell and how you serve them, you're going to start creating your group, okay? And we're going to go in again to the settings and show you guys live what that looks like. So you're going to want to start from your personal page. There's going to be a little place where you can go to groups, you can create your own. You're going to want to have it set as a private group, but still visible so people can find you, right? We want to make sure we have that key SEO in the description based off whatever your group is about, right? Whatever type of travel you want to focus on. You want to have a very detailed description. And I'm going to show you guys an example of mine. You also want to make sure you're asking security questions. And one of these security questions is going to be gathering people's emails. Okay. So we're going to gather the emails and then you can utilize that with newsletters. Okay. You also want to keep the new intro short. And I'm going to show you guys again what that looks like, what I mean by that. You want to have your brand colors set up and you want to edit the linkable address so it is directly to your group. Okay. And I put the group name. And again, I'm going to show you guys that. So when you're creating your description, it should include a clear and detailed welcome message, a link to your website or calendar. It should also tell anybody who's wanting to join, how will this group benefit them, right? What are they going to gain from this group? Perla is another one of our double gold, 2-time IATAN leaders. And she was actually in our leadership chat last night talking about how since she changed her mindset on social media and content creation from how can I, benefit from creating content to how can I serve people, how can I help people, her Instagram specifically has grown, right? And it's the same mindset here with creating a Facebook group. We want to help people, right? We want to help people book travel. We want to help people have better experiences traveling, right? So how does this group benefit them, right? What are they going to gain from joining this group? And why should they join this group, right? So we want to make sure that is all in there. Your commitment to your clients, right? So what can they expect from you if they choose to work with you? And what can they expect from you for being in this group? The type of travel experience you curate. So, do you do family vacations? Do you do luxury vacations? Do you take all the stress away, right? What is it that you do as the agent to curate their experience, right? What does that look like for them? Do you charge a research fee, right? I put mine in there. I said, please note, I charge a research fee. And I explain, I charge it to ensure that I'm able to give you the service that I want, right? I have a little bit different wording and I'll show you guys that. Again, that key SEO. So you want words that are aligned with the type of travel that you sell, right? The type of specialties that you have. You want travel vacations in there, right? Family vacations, Caribbean vacations, right? You want key words that when people search, it'll pop up your group, right? Any of your specialties, and you can have more than one, okay? If you wanted to do, let's say you really wanted to book family travel, right? But you wanted to focus on Mexico and the Caribbean and let's say cruises, right? Put that in there. And then put the kind of care you provide and who you provide it to. So again, we're going to be speaking directly to our aligned clients. Now, this does not always mean that our group is going to be filled with aligned clients, right? It's not always going to be, and that's okay. But the the group is going to be tailored to them, okay? And that is who we're going to be speaking to. Because someone can join your group that's not an aligned client, but know somebody that is, right? So that's what we're going to be tailoring to. So we want to tell them, okay, when you join my group, this is what I provide for you, and this is who I provide it to, okay? Now I have an example right here of what my description looks like. And like I said, I'm also going to pull it up on Facebook too. But my very top of it is if you're ready to work together, schedule a consultation here, right? I then have my website linked, I have my email, and I have my Instagram linked, okay? I then have a little bit of who I am, right? Who I am, what I do, who this group is for, what my commitment is to my group members, and what they will learn here. So how it will benefit them. So let's go into Facebook. And before we move on, let's go into the regular settings, right? How to set it up, okay? So this is my Facebook. This is my dashboard. You can either go here to groups or you can go to this little menu and go to group here, whichever one you choose, right? I like this one right here because it's easier for me. You go here to groups, and then right here where it says create new group is where you would start with, right? Now it's going to have you, I'll walk through it. It's going to have you create the name, right? So you want to make sure you have that already. And then one thing to note is you want to make sure you like your name because you can only change it every 28 days. Okay. So you have to wait 28 days to change it again. So you want to make sure you're picking a name that you like before you go and create it. Then right here is where you're going to choose your privacy and you're going to put private. Okay. But it's going to be where it says hide group right here. It's going to be visible. So that way, that means when people are looking at your group, they cannot see the content in there unless they're a part of the group. However, they can still find your group. Okay. And then I would not invite anybody yet because we want to set it up, right? We want to make sure it's set correctly. So I would leave it like this, right? Once you have the name and you have the privacy settings, this will pop up where you can press create it, and then we're going to go into the settings. So I'm going to leave that because I don't need to create one. And then I'm going to go into mine. So you can see here, I have my name, right? My group name right here is Luxury Disneyland Vacations Made Easy by Halia. So with your group name, you want it to have those key SEOs that the services you provide, right? So let's say family vacations or family travel, right? Family Caribbean travel. You have, I believe, 75 characters. Use them all. Okay, use them all. And you want to have your name at the end. So by Jacqueline, by Rebecca, by Lilia, right? Whatever your name is, you want to put what you do, okay? What type of vacations, what type of travel you book, and by you. Okay, that's going to be your name. Now we're going to go into those different settings. So once you have your group, you're going to, on this left-hand side right here, let's start with membership questions, right? If it's private, that means we can add these. I have in here that my group is exclusively for those considering hiring me for their vacation travel with me, right? Exclusively for that. Now, I have allowed travel advisor, other travel agents in here because I'm also teaching people how to do this, right? But for you guys, I would say don't allow other travel agents in here, right? Because this is for people who are exclusively considering hiring you for their vacations. And I even put in here, if you're a travel advisor or currently working with one, please don't join my group, especially if you're currently looking for one, right? Or working with one. And then comment below how you found it. So this is my first question. Feel free to screenshot, okay? I also have drop your email for specials, newsletter, and an opportunity to connect offline. Okay, so this is where they can enter in their email, and then I can add that to my newsletter. And then I have, do you agree not to solicit or PM members unless given permission? So I am really big on privacy in my group. And if you're not asking to be contacted, I don't want anybody contacting you, including myself, right? And then I show my group rules. So feel free, I think you guys can see all three rules right here. Feel free to take a moment to screenshot those. All right, we got them. We're good. Yes. Okay, great. So once we have the membership questions, we're going to scroll down to group rules. Okay. And then we're going to start creating a rule. I am going to mute, make sure everybody's muted. Great. Then we're going to start creating our rules. Now, Facebook will have a few different generic rules that they add in there. I added those, right? And then I also added one more. So these ones are the very generic ones, okay? You can just literally press create and they have example rules right here. I added all four of those. And then I created my own, right? So create, and this is where I created my own. And this is the one that I created. No unsolicited PMs to members, right? So I said, do not PM members without their permission for any reason. If someone does PM you without your permission, please report them to group admins and we will remove them from the group. As a reminder, Discover You Travel, which is my business name, handles all travel requests. Do not PM members offering your services or you will be removed and blocked from the group, okay? I also edited a couple of these ones. I think really just this one, no promotions or spam, right? To say that I run this group and any and all travel requests will be handled by me, okay? And it's not a group for other agents to find clients in. And I have removed and blocked people for not following rules. So do not, I would say don't be scared to run your group the way you want to run your group, right? This is your group. You are in charge here. This is a space, this is supposed to be a safe space for people to connect, right? Connect and build relationships with each other and learn about whatever travel it is that you offer, right? And if people are not respecting your rules, they can leave, okay? So you guys are in charge and I want you to remember that. So feel free to run your group however you want to run your group, right? So make sure you have your rules here. Then you want to go down to group settings, okay? And this is where all of the stuff is really going to come in. You can set up your group. Here's where you can change your name if you want to, right after 28 days, and where you can add in your description. Now, you guys can, this description is public, okay? So even if, excuse me, even if your group is private, the description is public. So if you have your contact information in here, make sure it's whatever contact information you are comfortable sharing with everybody because everybody can see this. And again, this is where we're going to talk about, we're going to put how to work with us, right? So if they're ready to work, our consultation link, our website, so this could be your Evo site, right? How to contact us, I put by email, any other social media you want them to go to. So I just put my Instagram, right? A little bit about us. You can see it's only a little bit about me, right? Who I am. What I do is a little bit more in detailed, right? And again, we want our description to be very detailed, right? We want people to know exactly what this group does. So it lets them know what I specialize in, right? It lets them know my personal experience with Disneyland, why I'm specializing in this, right? What I do with my clients, right? What I handle. And then right here, I have that I do charge a trip planning and management retainer to ensure I can provide the highest level of service and dedication to your vacation. So let them know that right off the bat, okay? It lets them know who this group is for, right? So that is, I had my aligned client identification help me with this, right? So everything that is in this ChatGPT is in my description. As you can see, here is my group description, right? I might have edited it a little bit. You guys can see all of this in here. my commitment to my members, right? So what they can gain from this group, right? What they can expect, and then what they'll learn here. Okay, so how this is going to benefit them. Then you want to press save when you're done with that. And then this is the new member intro. So we want to keep it short, simple, right? I do have my cover photo here, and I'm also going to give you guys the link to my cover photos, because what you guys can do is you can take the measurements on there that I have figured out in order to make it look nice on both the phone and the laptop so it all fits seamlessly. So this is, again, super short and simple. I'm pretty sure it's on this ChatGPT as well. And it has a place for my website, right? So it tells them welcome, that I'm excited that they're here, a little bit of what they can expect, right? And to check out my website. And it has the cover photo, and then when they click next, it has the rules. Okay, so to remind them of the rules, they click got it. It brings them directly to the group. Super, super simple. Privacy, all of that is done. You can put your location if you want to. This is not really necessary. I put mine because I'm specializing in Disneyland vacations, and I also live in Los Angeles. So I just put mine on there, right? So last time I did this training, there was issues with people finding the tags. Sometimes it wasn't popping up. If it's not popping up here, don't stress about it. If it is, add travel and hospitality. So when you click on tags, travel and leisure activities, I think it's under jobs and occupations, whatever it's under, right? Travel and hospitality. If it doesn't pop up for you, don't stress. I know on the other group that I made when I was doing this training last time and I was making an example, it wasn't popping up on that one either. So don't stress about that. This is the customizable web address. Okay, so this is where you can add in the link to your group and you can put in your group name. It'll give you a link right here, and then you can just go in and edit it, and it'll have facebook.com/groups/ and I put the name, right? This is where you can change the group colors. So if I click on these little dots, I can change the different colors here. Make sure your colors reflect your branding, right? So if you have certain colors in your logo, make sure the colors here reflect that, okay? You can add in badges, they're super fun. Admins, moderator, group experts, they're super fun, top contributors. And then group affiliation, I have my personal page linked, right? So you can do it with the admins in your group. I do suggest having an extra person in there as an admin. So I have myself as an admin, my business page as an admin. But if anything happens to my personal Facebook account for whatever reason, I also have my girlfriend in here as an admin. So I can still go in and uh, be in my group and be active in my group, even if anything were to happen to my Facebook account, right? So I do suggest that. But the group affiliation you want to have as you, okay? Now, who can join your group? You want to do profiles and pages. Excuse me. This will allow more people to join, right? Allow more people to engage. However, I do only have admins and moderators as who can approve requests, member requests, okay? And really that's only me. My girlfriend's an admin just for backup, right? So nobody is pre-approved to join. I do allow anonymous participation. These are really going to be, the rest of the stuff is really going to be up to you and how you want to run your group. I do allow anonymous participation, and I do allow anybody to post in the group. I've found that this brings in more engagement, again, more community, right? Like I had just the other day, and I'll show you guys, one of my members posted here how every year he goes to Disneyland, he collects a snow globe, and he posted a picture of it, right? Has nothing to do with selling Disneyland, but it again fosters that community. So I allow everybody to post in here, right? I don't have post approval on in this one. I do in one of my other ones, but this one I don't. And then admins can create chats if you wanted to. I don't currently have any. And again, you can just edit the different post formats, how your posts are seen in the group, whether it's new, I like newest activity, whether you can do new post, most recent, most relevant, whatever you want. How you can sort comments, the default tab, which is discussion. And then you can add different post formats, right? Different events, GIFs, live videos. We definitely want to be going live in our group, even if it's only for like 5 to 10 minutes, right? just to, again, foster, like grow that know, like, and trust with people. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that you guys can do. But that is the basics of setting up the group, okay? And the description. Now let's go into the nitty-gritty of what to post, right? How many of you guys get stuck on what to post on social media?
I do sometimes.
Yeah, right? We all do, right? Who doesn't? It would be my question all the time, right? I get stuck on what to post all the time as well. Sometimes like, dang, I don't know what I want to talk about today. But what I do when I'm in that is I always go back to these three pillars. And this works not only for your group, but for your feed as well, right? So you want to be posting, oh geez, you want to be posting three different types of posts, okay? Personal, business, and engagement, okay? Now, personal is like the foundation of the other two pillars, right? This is what will start gaining the trust. It will start gaining the know, like, and trust factors, okay? So this is the foundation. It allows members to get to know, like, and trust you, which helps build that relationship with them and with the other people in the group, right? Because then people will start to engage with these more, they'll share stories, and it'll allow people to engage not only with you and get to know you, but get to know each other, right? Which is the stepping stone to fostering a sense of community within your group, okay? The second one is business. So this is where the focus is really going to be educating your members, right? So it's going to be educating them on your services, on whatever travel destinations you sell, specific resorts, right? Any upcoming specials you have, tips and tricks, all those types of things. That's what these posts are going to be. Now, these often get less engagement, but they are crucial for keeping your members like in the know, right? So this also helps them trust you and learn that you are an expert in your field, okay? So personal, business, and engagement. Now, these ones are super simple, okay? They're literally just to create engagement. So create reactions, create comments, all of that. It's make them laugh, right? Keep it fun and lighthearted. Don't overthink these. These should take 5 minutes, if that, to curate. Um, and these posts encourage members to participate, and they should be, again, simple, okay? They should be easy. They can be a space to provide info without pressure, right? So, one thing I like to do in my group is like Fun Fact Friday or something like that. Or just the other day, I did like, oh, I don't remember what I called it, but it was like, guess this attraction or something like that. And it was guess this attraction, right? And it was a little clues about what attraction it was, a little bit of detail about that attraction, and then it prompted them to guess which one it was. Now, this one was super simple. It was I really could not think of anything else to say about this one, and it was easy to guess, right? But it's fun, it's lighthearted. It doesn't take a lot of brain power to respond, okay? And so when we're creating these posts, this is how we want to approach them. For personal posts, we want to make sure we're being vulnerable and real, okay? Come from you, right? You can have ChatGPT help you come up with the ideas, okay? And even help you come up with the context, but you want to make sure you're editing the body of the text to be you, okay? So they don't always have to be serious. They can be as simple as like one time I posted something about like the first, like my 21st birthday at Disneyland. One time I posted something about like literally sitting on the couch working from home. Like that's personal, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to work and my dog is all over me. Like this is not fun, right? Something like that. It doesn't always have to be super serious and super vulnerable. You can ask for advice, right? Share things that are going on in your life and your business as long as you're comfortable. If you're sharing life experiences, I would say if you're currently going through something, I probably wouldn't talk about that, right? I would probably say, oh, like I've previously went through blah, 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 and this is how I handled it. How do you guys, have you guys ever been through this? Like, what is going on, right? So this is able to get people to get to know you, right? You always want to have a call to action, whether it's asking for advice or hearing about their experience, okay? And these are going to really help you build those relationships, okay? For business, You want to focus on educating, okay? Create posts that will intrigue people to want to read more. Always start off with like a question, right? So, have you tried? Oh my God, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Never mind. I was gonna try to come up with something, and then I was like, oh, nothing's happening. Um, so create a question. I'll show you guys some examples as well, and we'll go back into my group and I'll show you guys that too. But you want to make sure you're not giving away all of the information, right? But you're giving away just enough for them to be intrigued and then want to ask you about more information. You want to focus on teaching them something, right? Because people are going to trust you more when you're able to teach them something. And you want to include your scheduling link in the comments, or if you don't have a link, I would put your next availability. Now, if you're including a link to anything, whether it is your calendar, whether it is your article, an article, whatever the case may be, right? You want to put it in the comments. So I always say something like, oh, link in the comments. And I'll put sometimes in parentheses because I schedule my posts. I'll put sometimes in parentheses like, please tag me if I forget to put it in here, right? And again, this shows people like you're human, okay? It's a little lightheartedness, right? A little fun. And people will tag you and be like, hey, you didn't put your calendar in here, right? So you want to make sure that they have a way to contact you. And then engagements, again, you guys have fun with these, okay? These allow the community to engage without pressure of having to buy something, okay? So find common ground with people, connect together, keep them simple and stress-free, ask a direct question. So again, there's no real brain power required to respond, right? I'll show you guys an example of some of these as well. And then you want to make sure that you're always including a photo, a GIF, a video or a reel, or like the little backgrounds on Facebook. So that way it pops more and it stops people from scrolling, right? Because that's what we want. So here are some examples. This one is memory lane, right? I posted about my 21st birthday. I talked a little bit about what happened during that day, right? I actually tried to go buy my first drink, and they would not sell it to me. And I was at Disney on my 21st birthday, and they would not sell me the drink. And they were like, this is not like, they tried to say my ID was fake. And I was like, no, like, I promise you, today's my birthday. And my mom had to come in and like convince them that it was my birthday, and that I was turning 21 today. And then they're like, oh, okay. So I shared a little bit about that, right? Here is an example of a business post. Now, I couldn't fit the GIF in the screenshot, but I did like a fun GIF of like going away for the weekend, right? And this was love a good long getaway, right? It's a little bit about what you can do during a getaway, right? A weekend getaway to keep it fun and stress-free, but also stay close and not too far. And then I put my calendars in the comments. Let's make your next long weekend one to remember. Okay. And I dropped my calendar in the comments. Engagement post is how early do you typically arrive to the airport? Super simple. And this has one of those Facebook backgrounds, right? Super freaking simple. And yet I have 16 comments on this. People were telling me what time it was, and I go in and I like and I comment back to every single comment. And this helps boost the algorithm. Now we can go directly to my Facebook, my group, and I'll show you guys a few more examples and how to schedule. So I also have, this is basically the group description, right? With a picture. So when you add in the description, it'll come up as a post. And then I just added a picture of myself and added my consultation calendar here in the comments. Okay. And then I have this pinned. And this is the only one that I have featured on my top one. Sometimes if I'm having a special or if I'm promoting a live or something like that, I'll pin that as well. So it's the first thing people see when they come to my group. Now, when I'm going to schedule posts, I'll go right here to write something. Let's say I'm just going to write the post, right? And then right here in this little calendar on the right, I can schedule it. So I can schedule it to post however long I want. I would say take whatever you guys are most comfortable with. I like to do day by day. But if you guys like to schedule week by week, do that, right? It shouldn't take too long. So it allows you to do that. This is another example of an engagement, right? What celebration festival are you most excited for? Now, this is directly related to the last like week or so. I had been talking about the different celebrations and festivals that are happening at Disneyland in 2025. Okay, so that's directly related to that. You guys can see I updated my description so it shows up as a post, right? This is where you can add in that picture. This is a business post. I did not put my calendar link in this one. There we go. Here's name that attraction, right? I have a little GIF, right? Keep them fun, light-hearted, okay? Things like that. All right. I see a couple comments. Um, I'm going to finish the last couple slides and then we'll take Q&A, okay? So we only have like 2 more slides. So once you kind of have your group set up, right, you start to post in there, you need to grow it, right? We need to grow the group. So growing it is the key to success, but we want to be strategic, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Your goal should be about 1 to 2 members per week. And this will help you maintain your targeted audience, maintain high engagement, and maintain sales conversion. So people who come in, inquire with you, turning them into bookings, right? And again, not everybody has to be in your group. So you want to focus on your aligned clients, okay? Invite current clients that are traveling or past clients. If you're inviting friends and family, I would stick to only those you want to book travel for, right? People who book their travel on their own, okay? So if you know anybody that books their travel on their own, and any of your network connections. Now, your group is exclusive, okay? It should be exclusive. So not everybody needs to have access. It is okay to deny people. I deny people into my group all the time for one, not answering the membership questions. If they don't answer, they're not coming in, right? Or simply, this group isn't for you, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be, right? Again, you are in charge. So you can decide how you want to run your group. Now, a few different ways on how to invite people are to send out emails, newsletters announcing your group, right? Create a QR code to share, and you can even share this instead of your business card if you choose to. Include the link directly in your email signature. Make the group link prominent on your website if you have your own website, right? Or your link tree. I have my link on my link tree, and I'll show you guys that in just a second. Add the QR code to your business card. So instead of if you have a QR code for your website, maybe put your group there. Add onto your Instagram profile and even advertise in other groups that allow it. Let's say you're in different groups and someone's looking for a family vacation to the Caribbean, and that is what your group is all about. You can answer, foster that engagement with them, right? Add value to whatever you're answering if they're asking a question, and then tag their group. Say, hey, my group, blah, 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 is actually goes into all of that. Feel free to join, right? But I would refrain from just adding people and through the invite button, unless again, you know that they want to be added, right? So before you invite someone or add somebody to your group, ask yourself, why would they want to join and how can this benefit them? If it can benefit them, right? Make sure that they would want to be there and you're not just throwing them in there. Okay. Let's go over a few algorithm tips. So you want to make sure you're reviewing your insights regularly, and I'll show you where to find those as well. These will help you track what content does well and what content doesn't do as well, which will allow you to be able to tailor your content to your aligned clients. You can start tracking this after you have a total of 50 members and you've been posting consistently for at least 28 days. This will give you enough data to be able to track, okay? Once you have that data, you want to post just before the most active times because that is when people will be scrolling on their phones. And if you post just before it, they'll be able to see it. Okay, so you'll get you'll get a better opportunity to reach more people. And then, of
Aaliyah,
course,
when
as
did
you
you
guys
say
know, 1 second, Jacqueline, I'm almost done, okay? As you know, the more you engage on Facebook, the more people will engage with you. And this is in your group, but also on Facebook in general, in other groups, right? In other Facebook groups, on your feed. The more you engage with other people on Facebook, the more Facebook will push your content for people to engage with you. And then experiment with your content, have fun with it, right? Don't take it too seriously. Okay, don't get too caught up with it. If you feel yourself getting caught up with it, take a minute, regroup, and then go back at it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys before we do a Q&A, I'm going to show you guys where you can go to review your insights, kind of how to read the different insights, and then we'll open up for Q&A. So back into your Facebook group, you want to go to, on this left-hand side, you want to go to right here, insights, you have growth, engagement, and membership. Just click on growth for now, and then you can go to the different ones. So it'll show you, I haven't really been growing my group, right? Because I've been focused on my how to become a travel agent group, but it'll show you the different insights, the different membership requests, who you've approved, who you've denied, right? You can also click on engagement, and then this will show you the different types of posts that people like to engage with, the different days, right? You can see when you have the most active members in your group, at what days and what times. Popular days here. So Wednesday is the most popular day for me. And then the most popular time on Monday is 9 a.m. So if I'm going to do a morning post, I'm going to post just before 9 a.m. So like 8:45, right? Same thing with Tuesdays. You can see the different popular times for each day here. And then it'll show you the different top posts. You can try to recreate posts like these in order to get more engagement. And then same thing with membership. It'll show you your top contributors. And then it will also show you, typically it shows you top countries, top cities, but I don't have enough members to show me that, right? Because I've grown my group really slowly. So it can show you that as well. And you can see, okay, these are the people that are joining my group. These are the ages, these are the demographics, and you can tailor your content to that. Alrighty. Now I'm ready to take questions. Let me see. I know there was some in the chat already. Do you post from your personal page or switch to the group you created and post? So if I'm posting into my group, I post directly into the group. So it's connected to my personal page, but I go into my group right here where it says community home, and I post directly into here. Let's see. What calendar system did you use? I use Turn, so it's a whole CRM in one. Do you have a lot of people participating in your group? Some days I do, some days I don't. It depends on how much I'm engaging on Facebook. I've noticed that. So when I'm not engaging on Facebook a lot, my group does not engage or participate much.
Elliot, did you say term or turn?
Turn, Tern.
Okay.
It's a whole CRM system. It's kind of like Travefy and TravelJoy put together. So I
Okay.
do that, and it has a scheduling system in there for a consultation. So I use that one. Before I used Calendly. I created a page for my business already, but Facebook doesn't let me use my name. Do you have suggestions on how to work around that so I can properly brand myself? Geez, getaways. If Facebook isn't letting you use your name, I don't have another solution for that other than I like G's Getaways. That's cute. But yeah, this was about a Facebook group, not a page. So it might be different. Rebecca, that is a different training altogether. So if you guys have questions about Facebook groups and creating them, setting them up, content for them, I'm happy to answer. But how to do a client consultation is a totally different training. I don't know. You can try if you would run in to the same issue. I don't know. Let me actually stop the recording.